Well, I'm Shelley Irwin, a proud Rotarian, ready for this edition of our Rotary Unplugged. And I'm really ready because I call this Rotarian a good friend. So this will be kind of fun in a personal way as well. Of course, all of our Rotarians are friends in the end. JoAnn Abraham steps up to the plate and always hits us a home run. Hi to you, JoAnn.
Hi, Shelley.
Good to see you, and good that you are a Rotarian as well. And I think one probably responsible for getting me involved.
Yes, I think I'm your sponsor, or one of them.
Yes, yes, thank you. Which is an important part of Rotary, but obviously all welcomed. JoAnn, when did Rotary come into your life?
About 11 years ago. And I was working in another position and had thought about Rotary for many years and decided it was time to do what I should be doing. So I jumped in, and I had two great sponsors, Peter Albertini and Alan Abraham, by coincidence. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
good. Well, what made you stay?
well, a number of things. I loved making new friends. I'm a people person, and I love getting to know other people in the community and other businesses. The first thing I ever did was, from a service standpoint, was go to the veterans home. And that was a very moving experience, and I loved it. There weren't too many more opportunities with that afterwards. I didn't know about them anyway. So I loved the service part of it and the wide variety of options that you have to choose from to give service. There's not just one or two things. There's a whole variety of that. And then I guess the third thing is the friends, and how Rotary people kind of stick together, and they're all very welcoming and engaging and interested in what you do.
What's changed? I trust for the better in your 11 years. How was Rotary 11 years ago compared to 2025?
Well, I would say that it's a way more diverse crowd, for lack of a better, diverse membership, not crowd. And a lot of the kind of veteran members seem to have, the ones that were there when I was there, when I first started, have maybe taken a little bit of a more of a back seat. There's a nice big younger crowd coming in, and a lot of more women, obviously, but I think that's kind of what changed. But it's also become way more service oriented and focused in a fun way, but always achieving the result.
You, speaking of fun, have been instrumental in one very important committee, one very important event, the Service of Above Self event. How did you get involved in this, and why is this such an important part of your service?
Well, I kind of got involved, not kind of, it was Michael Seitzma was just like, oh, you'd be great. You should be on this committee. And there I found myself, and then was chair for 6 years, I think, running after that. This is the first year I have not been the quote unquote chair, but are still involved. I'm still involved with the event, and there's great new talent, and it's, time to pass the baton to the next person to do things. So.
And you've mentioned this regarding teamwork, but what's it like to know when a committee meets and getting together? Is there a camaraderie that might not be like any other?
Yeah, I think so. And I think that you just don't want to miss the meeting because you feel compelled to be responsible to the rest of the group. And I will say one thing is that I don't feel at all like, okay, now I'm not the chairperson and it's the new crowd and this is what they're going to do. They have been very respectful and honoring me by asking my opinion and the experience that I've had and what the event has done. And kudos to Alex Wilson for her leadership and the way that she is not afraid to honor others.
Right. All right, Club 77, one of my favorites, and I know you're home away from home, Clark Foundation, where you hosted an event a couple of years ago. What was that like for you?
Oh, well, it was really fun because we had just opened our new community at Keller Lake
Mm.
and wanted to share the really awesome living environments that we had just completed. And the outdoor environment was really great to host an event. And the reason I wanted to do it was kind of twofold, was to introduce Rotary to what Clark is, and more importantly, what Clark isn't. And I think that there are, so many misconceptions. It's like, oh yeah, we're going to the home. Well, it's not a home. This is people who are your friends and neighbors who have these absolutely gorgeous new apartments, and they travel and they go here and they go there. It's, the whole spectrum of what senior living is, and not just what people's conception is of a nursing home. So that was one thing I wanted to do. And the other thing is that I wanted to open up people's eyes to who Rotary is. So it was kind of a two-way street. So then our residents knew that we were doing that and that Rotary was going to be visiting, and that was really a cool experience.
Rotary open to all. There you are. All right,
Mhm.
so you've got that work Clark Foundation gig, but I also want to talk more about you. So let's do some fun facts, if I may. You have 5 boys. Why didn't you go for the girl?
Because my doctor said if I went for the sixth, I'd have another boy.
Good boys run in your family?
No,
Oh,
and more girls. Yeah. So,
and I
but
guess, let me take you back. I mean, when you were ready to have your 5th, did you know that you would be having another boy? Just take me back real quick there.
no, real quickly, back then, I don't want to give my age away, but they didn't do ultrasounds. I mean, that was just in case something was wrong, what they would do ultrasounds. So you didn't even really have the option to find out. But in my heart, I knew they were all boys, and it was fun. And I honestly, that did not enter my mind. I just love babies, love children, and I think I was meant to be a boy mom anyway. So
But I think you got some grand girls.
I do have some granddaughters, and I will say that it is a totally different game, and God knew that I was meant to be a boy mom.
Yes. Nice.
So,
Excuse me. I know now what to get you for Christmas. Lego sets. Where'd this come from? You like to build Legos.
oh yes. Well, my first son, Michael, from the time he was, 2 years old, was enthralled with Lego. And that was before it really became a craze like it is now. And he was a very brilliant child and could build things on his own without instruction. And we had so much fun doing those things together. And uh, so that's how we got started. But I love it. I still create sets and build sets, and just love getting Legos for my grandchildren. And we go to the Lego store now all the time. And it's become obviously a budget breaker for me now that it's here in Grand Rapids, but I love Lego. So
A Lego for the grandchild, a Lego for JoAnn, Lego for the grand.
exactly, I'm building the original Atari set right now. So they come out with creative things all the time.
You bet. Oh boy, what is it about fried chicken and New Year's Day?
Well, you could answer that, but my grandmother started a tradition years ago that she would make fried chicken on New Year's Day. So I continued that and became kind of an event of sorts. So if you get an invitation from me to come to my annual fried chicken party, then you're on the list, so to say. So the next year you don't have to be invited, you just show up. So in some years I've made close to 200 pieces of fried chicken.
Wow. And they're probably leftovers.
There's enough for the boys to take some home. So I always make sure to do that. I wouldn't be a Lebanese cook if I didn't make way too much. So
Yes. And would you expand on your Lebanese background? I didn't have that as a note.
Oh, well, I'm 100% Lebanese. My family's all from Lebanon. And I love how everybody's going to the Mediterranean diet that we've been doing for a million years. So we're used to it and love it. And I love to embrace my culture. I spent one summer there with my family. I only have one family member left over there. Most of them have emigrated to the United States years and years and years ago. But so, yeah, love it.
Then hence your tie perhaps with St. Nicholas, where you've been singing and directing and doing, sharing your talents for a long time. Talk about this.
Well, when I was a young girl, a lady who was like my other mother was the choir director there. And she started me on the piano when I was 5 years old on a little toy piano. And then when I was 11 years old, she had me playing the organ at church. And then when I was 15, she had me directing the youth choir. And then when I got out of college at age 22, she told me that they didn't have a director and I was doing it. I said, "Oh, I've never directed a choir." She goes, "You'll be fine." So, so 50 years later, which kind of gives my age away, but this is my 50th year. It will be in December of 25. Will be 50
Yes.
of years of directing choir.
I'm
A
going
little pause this year for some personal issues, but this is the 50th year.
Great. Well, let's hope that there is a solo by JoAnn Abraham. There we are. All right, chicken and chocolate. You are one of my healthiest friends. What's up with chocolate?
Well, my mom started a chocolate business in 1980, and we have loved chocolate ever since. She started manufacturing her own product in 1982 and owned a company called Marianne's Chocolates here in Grand Rapids for a long, long time. I bought it from her in 2001 and then sold the business in 2009. But dark chocolate is the greatest thing, and we had a phenomenal product. And everybody that worked there, people would come in and say, "Wait, how come you're not 100 pounds overweight?" And I would always say that the more quality of the chocolate, the less you eat of it because you're more satisfied. And it's actually a proven fact that when you eat chocolate like a Snickers bar, no offense to Snickers because it's my favorite extra candy, there's less pure chocolate in it, so you eat more. So you can eat a larger size. So if you notice how rich a one piece of quality chocolate is, you're not going to eat that much in the size you would have picked perhaps a candy bar.
Yeah.
So
Get you writing articles for the health magazines. Back to Rotary because
okay.
I love spotlighting you, a Rotarian, what is in your soul. But you mentioned the change, females becoming more and more part. What do you see when you see your female president? We're in it to win it.
No, well, this is my take on female leadership, female involvement, whether it's Rotary or anything else. I think it's wonderful to have a great now core of women, people being the president, people being in charge of committees. My opinion is, I don't like to use the word but, I think it's really healthy when there is a balance of men and women. And yeah, you kind of feel like, oh, well, just women are going to be good. No, I think you need everybody's input, everybody's opinion, perspectives, and they come from all different sources. So I like to have the women and youthful people, but it's also great to have the guys on committees and in leadership roles and taking charge as well. So I hope that guys don't step back, and I just think you want the best person for what the role is, whether it's a man or a woman.
Let's all play G.I. Joes and G.I. Janes in the sandbox. I'm right with you.
That's great.
Someone is listening or watching and wants to become a member of Rotary. What's your pitch?
Oh my gosh. Well, I'll tell you what. I love Rotary, and I am so grateful for the friendships that I have found there. I think we make a difference in so many lives, in so many areas. If you go on the Rotary website and look at the foundations page and look at all the grants they made this year, I could probably have them written down here somewhere. I do. I just happen to have here because I knew I'd forget. I mean, everything from upcycle bikes to Pine Rest to Friends of Grand Rapids Parks to In the Image, Positive Impact for Life, Downtown Dragonflies. And we give scholarships for youth, and we do the youth program. That was probably one of the most meaningful things I did, was the Strive program. And there's a young lady who I mentored for 2 years. Her name's Adriana, and she ended up being the salutatorian of her class. We have stayed friends. We've stayed in contact. Her mom still reaches out to me, and making a difference in youth in their lives. And they might be struggling just a little bit. The impact program, everything about from youth to doing senior neighbors. And there's such a diversity of opportunity for Rotary. But, you know, in the end, when the chips are down, your Rotarian friends are there for you too. I will just say that.
JoAnn Abraham, I'm glad you're a Rotarian. Thank you for this conversation.
Thanks, Shelley. It's always fun talking to you.
Yeah, Mom has been hiding. Come on out.
Oh, wait. I have to say one more thing. And I wouldn't be, it just is kind of like the fun other fact. Alan Abraham is not my husband.
Joke, J.R. Muller.
That's
It's
good.
a joke because
Actually,
everybody
I thought
thinks,
that from the get-go, but I did not know. That's good.
Yep, we're cousins by marriage, but we've known each other since we were born. So we've been family, quote unquote, forever.
Well, now the whole world knows this, and so I'm glad that this.
Alan said it on his podcast too.
He did. I do. Yeah, now you say that, I remember that. Yes.
You did your homework. You did your homework. Wonderful.
I was gonna say, so I'm gonna age myself here too. I was a major Lego fan as well. So used to be a toy store here called Emden's. They used to have
oh yes.
Yeah, I used to have Lego competitions, and I entered in a couple of those. Had
my
a
gosh,
giant bag of Legos that I built planes or trucks or who knows what. And when I was a little kid, I entered into those. So good.
When Michael was about 4 years old, one day I was in a rush, and then we insisted on this Lego book. He insisted on having it. So I fly out to Emden's, and I still have it, and this Lego book. It was how to build different things outside of a set. So just giving you creative ideas and things like that. Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, thank you for your time today. This episode can be found on the grrotary.org website under the tab Unplug. Otherwise, if you have the Apple Podcast app on your phone, definitely plug it in as a GR Rotary Unplugged, and you'll find it there as well. Appreciate your time. Have an awesome afternoon.
Thank you both.